Hello everyone. Today, so in this tutorial, we'll be discussing about web design with WordPress, and then I will explain to you everything you need to know, starting from installation of WordPress, what you need to understand about WordPress, and so many like that. So let's go to www.wordpress.org. And we have two different type of WordPress. We have WordPress.org, and then we have another one right here, which is WordPress.com. So we have WordPress.com. So you see, so WordPress.coms allows you to build your website once and for all. Just a click of a button, you can get your website started using this WordPress.com. So they have four different plans. So for personal websites can $4 per month. So but in this aspect, I will not dabble into this very deep because WordPress.com I will not advise or no them I will not advise, so I will not encourage you to just use WordPress.com to build your design. So buy your hosting, buy your domain, just like the way we have showed it in our previous classes, and then you can download your WordPress latest version from here. For example, you click on get WordPress from WordPress.org, not WordPress.com, and then you can see currently WordPress is in version 6.03. Then you can download this. We download this WordPress 6.0. You can download this, and then you can install this in your cPanel where your domain is. And I will not, so WordPress.com is expensive, so that's why I will not recommend it. So let's go with WordPress.org, where we can just download. We already have our domain and hosting, and then we just go right there to the cPanel and then install the WordPress that we just downloaded. So there are different ways in which you can install WordPress on your website. Firstly, we will go with the downloadable version manually. We can install the WordPress manually, and then how you can install this WordPress manually is this. You can click on File Manager. So we're going to install this WordPress that we just downloaded. We install it on our domain. The directory where our domain is, we look for it. So this is affxtrade.com directory. So if we go to fxtrade, we can see index of CGI bin. So you see CGI bin. So this is what is displaying right here. So just now this your file right here that we downloaded, you can upload it to this directory. All right, remember the directory, select your file, or you can just drag it. Select your file, go to download, install your WordPress. So let's wait for it to, you know, to upload completely. Remember your directory, affxtrade.com. All right, so the file is already uploaded. Fine. So now we just extract this. Remember this directory. This is a directory, affxtrade.com. So that's where we want to upload. That's our domain. That's our domain. Remember affxtrade. So now it's uploaded. Now we can just do what? Now click on that WordPress. Let me go back. This WordPress that you just extracted, it is this. Double click it, and then right here, select. You can select all. Then okay, you can select this, unselect all, or select all. You understand? So then after that, you can now move all of them to remove the WordPress. Remember this directory. Move all the file to that directory. So all the files are now moved to this directory. Now let's go back to our index and then hit enter. So once we hit enter, we're now going to see a pop-up that says we should set up our configuration for WordPress. So I will select English. So I'll click on English because I'm gonna go for English. Now there are things you need to take notes here while installing your WordPress manually. Now you need to welcome to WordPress. You need to your database name, set up your database name, set up your database username, set up your database password, your database host. So how do you do this? How do you do this? So let's remember this database name and all of those things like that. Let me copy this and go to my okay. Let me okay. So okay, let me just put it that way so that let's click on continue. Let's go. Now database name. Now let's go back to our cPanel and create a database. So I will create my SQL database. Go to my SQL database. I'll create a new database, right? So create new database. I will name this database FX Trade, right? I will create this database, and this new database that I created, right? This is my database name. Copy it, right? Then go back again. We already have the database created. So now we can now click on go to user, create user. So let's say user, user trade, right? So I'll copy user trade and let's go with our normal password, which is this testing 12345 8. Right, so copy this, put it here. Okay, so I think okay, sorry, underscore should be there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm creating a user called user trade. So yeah, so also created a MySQL username FX trade user trade. Copy this as well. Then put it here. All right. And then you go back again. Now you now connect your database with the user that you just created. You created a database name that you now need to create. You now created a user. Now you now need to connect that database with the user. All right, so we can add this to database FX trade. That's it. Our database is FX trade. Our user is FX user trade. Then add. And click on all privileges you see user like that, and then make changes successfully. So you have privilege on the database. Good, interesting. So now you have successfully completed your database configuration. Now remember your password, right? This password, and don't forget your database is going to be localhost. All right, that's your host. So let's go back to our now the next thing we need to do now is okay, now we need to go back to our setup. Now what's our database name? Copy this. So what is our database username? You see now everything is so database password. All right, so your database is local like that. So table prefix, let's say trade, right? So table prefix is called trade. Table prefix. We don't actually need to worry about that. WP trade. So hit on submit. So let's wait while this setup connect to database. Okay, right. All right, Paki, you've made it through WordPress cannot come. Okay, now which means if you see the screen, that means our setup is correct. Then run the installation and wait for your WordPress to install completely. So what's site title? So let's say trade. Let's say our first trade is the title of this thing, and then I will set the username to trade, right? Okay, I will set it to testing. That's the username, testing. And then our password, as usual, is going to be this, right? So our email, so I will just use one of my email, right? So let me just use FX Affairs Trade email. Or you can just use this successblogger@gmail.com. Okay, discourage search engine from indexing your site. Search engine visibility. All right, so you just leave that, and then texting. Remember your username for WordPress. So for WordPress admin login, right? So you have username to be this testing, and then you have your password to be our password, right? Our password to be this password. All right, so we can install WordPress. So wait for this to install. Now successful. Now we need to log in to this. Now remember our username for login admin testing. We input our testing, and then we input our password, right? So input the password, you can log in, then boom, welcome to WordPress. Your WordPress installation is successfully configured. So this is how you can install WordPress manually on your domain, and then install it in that part we discussed about, and then you have your, so let's quickly check what we have, fxsurfacetrade.com now. So boom, in 5 minutes you already get your website set up, right? So you see now we are not seeing anything again like the other time. Now we're seeing the website design. Then you can come to this dashboard, complete your setup and all of that. Thank you very much for your time. Then see me in my next video.